lie to you guys. See, I challenge my friend to learn a new technology every week and build it into projects. This week was Postgres, and the top comment on my last post was that my game Campout looks heavily Claude code, and they're wrong. Sort of. Here's what I'm doing. Campout, a game where you need to survive in a forest against monsters and other players, has been on my mind for a very long time, and Claude Code helped me bring it into fruition. I write the code myself. The code base is all my writing, except for the UI and part of the client, which I'm gonna go back and fix later. And it helps me architect my decisions and make sure I'm not doing something that's wrong. If the point is to learn and to be a better CS student, then I might as well use Claude Code to do it that way. Because otherwise, you're just having it code for you, and if you're trying to learn the fundamentals, you probably shouldn't do that. But if your aim is to make projects, then by all means, go for it. Anyways, here's what I've added to the game. SQL, leaderboards, and data. I'm using Limbic, which is version control for SQL schemas, basically. I designed players, sessions, and item definitions into their own tables. Now, people can log in, and all your data is stored across sessions, so that way you don't lose progress. Or you can play as guest if you suck. I also talked about in the last video how the game doesn't look that good, and honestly, it still looks pretty bad. But I did make a new logo in Canva, and honestly, I like it. So that's what I made. Maybe.
Alright, so last week I set up Docker and CI/CD for the Spotify recommendation system. The skeleton, the pipeline, everything was working pretty well, but it was all using fake data. This week I used SQL and built an actual recommendation system. I designed a two-layer database. One is user-specific, and it tracks that specific user's playlists and the songs inside these playlists. The other is just a giant bank of artists that grows each time a new user logs into this app. Now, using all this data I've stored, I was able to create a website where all I have to do is log into Spotify and select any number of playlists, a popularity meter, a number of songs that I want recommended, and when I click submit, this app will automatically create a playlist in Spotify for me to listen to.
Week 3 is WebSockets. Follow to see what we make.